I will be making a very pretty fairy costume for this summer between Renaissance fairs, and I actually live not super close, but near Evermore Park, which is like a fantasy theme park here in Utah, and I like to have a different one every summer. I think I made a dragon one last year, so this year we're going fairy. So let's start by sketching this up and then working on a mock-up, and then we'll get going with the rest of it. But first I'm going to try some sketches. Don't make fun of my art skills either. They're very bad. They're probably not any better than a first grader. Also, I have still a piece of hair that's growing back from a wig that attacked it. Okay, I don't have as much pink fabric as I thought, so I probably won't be starting with this one, but I think I am going to start with this one with this green fabric that I've left over from Eliana. I'm gonna get started on drafting this fairy costume and making a mock-up. They decided to mow the lawn though, so I'm going to close this window. Oh no, how do you know I'm a cosplayer? What could it be? I was thinking the way I'd get in and out of it would actually be like a corset back. I think that would be really beautiful, honestly, and I prefer that to zippers. I think they look cleaner. I do need to practice zippers more, but I can always do that on skirts. I think it's just going to be a lot more beautiful. It's going to seem a lot more fairy, you know what I mean? And then we can add on little puff sleeves too. Cute. So let's make the other pieces. That's when you know I'm working hard on a project. I have half of the mock-up done to a point that I like. So now I'm going to make the other half, and I'm actually going to try it on by putting, by snipping little holes and lacing it up just very gently, just to figure out if I like the way it fits or not. So I can explain this. I had a wig at FanX last year in September that like the pin was just like dug into my scalp the entire con when I was wearing my Hilda cosplay. I was actually in so much pain, and the hair has been growing back. And here's it's like a little, like, I don't even know, like not even bangs would fix that. I don't know what would fix that. I just have this. I'm reusing the muslin for my last project. This was the mock-up for my Zelda cape. I always reuse everything. Okay, here's the bodice. So this side right here is the like, okay, good enough side. And this is the side that'll actually be final and turn into a pattern. So originally I was gonna do these like straight triangles all around, but I was like, ugh, that's so boring. So I'm going with this more organic shape. I think that's going to be a lot more enchanting and beautiful, you know? Okay, here it is. Alright, I'm going to pick which side I like better, and then quite literally cut it in half. It's cut in half. I will pick this, well, I already know which side I like more. I actually turned out to like this side more. I do need to adjust this a little bit to make it fit a little bit better, but I marked that adjustment, and yeah, and I'm gonna pick my favorite petal off of here too, and then use that as a pattern for all the other petals. To keep myself organized, I always try to clean between every step of a project. So I'm going to really quickly tidy up from my mocking up, drafting, I forgot the other name for it, drafting. I will start to cut the paper pattern, and then when I make the paper pattern, I whip out the ruler and I make sure all my edges are really straight, really clean, and I make sure they all match up and stuff. So that's where a lot of this gets taken care of as well. And sometimes I'll even do another mock-up after that stage, but I don't think I need to on this, to be honest. But yeah, Alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tidy up and do that. Also, I really like my outfit today. Really befitting of making a fairy costume. Gosh guys, I have this skirt from a... Ooh. I just felt like a thread on my ankle. Anyways, I have this skirt from a Renaissance fair from 2 years ago. I actually wore it with this top, that's why I remembered. Like, that fits so perfect. That is so cute. I might just keep that pair together and I make a skirt for this. This is so perfect. Okay, I just now finished making all the pattern pieces. I like doing this step instead of using the muslin pattern like I used to because it gives me a chance to like take the ruler out, make all the straight edges. Well, the mock-up can be really messy and experimental, and I think it's a really nice balance. So here's the sleeve one. It's really boxy because the sleeve is literally just gonna go like on the arm, kind of attached to the dress. But I taped the pattern to the table so you guys could see it. So it's just one side, of course, but right here, it'll be cut on the center fold and it'll be like one big piece. And we have all of these and the little petal looking things. So now let's clean up a little in here and then get the lining cut out. So something that I got super lucky with on this project was that I had this pink lining already laying around. Like I said, the whole point of this project is trying to use whatever I have around. So I might actually keep this pink skirt with it too that I found in my closet because it's so perfect. Bobo desperately wants attention, so I'm gonna sit with him down here for a second. Now they're getting curious about the camera. Much as I love this lining lying around, you see these two creatures? Well, you won't believe what they did to my lining. They like ruined my fabric. That's okay, I guess, though, because it's lining, nobody's gonna see it, but it's gonna bother me because I'm gonna be the only one who sees it, and I'm just gonna like know that it's there. If this was like a craftsmanship contest type project though, I would definitely use a different lining. I try to keep them from playing with my fabric, and that's why I put it on the cardboard things, but the fluffy white one right there, and the he's orange too. Fluffy, oh dude, you're on camera. Okay. This one, he really likes the cardboard pieces on the inside. Why is this so blurry? Anyways, I'm gonna cut these out, and I think I'm also gonna use this to back the petal pieces. So I'm actually cutting this with pinking shears, which have these little edges that are like zigzag blades, and it keeps it from fraying because this is lining. I don't really care what the inside's gonna look like. Okay, the lining is all cut out and sewn together. I'm going to iron it. Like, I don't really care how neat it is because it's lining. And then I will add some boning to it. To a lot of you who sew already, that boning might look very like, oh, okay, that's not a corset. It's because it's not a corset. I'm not making a corset in this video. Boning is something that is very much up to preference. I tend to use a very flexible plastic boning, and that's because I don't need that much to hold me in. Also, the amount of structure that I want is I just want structure in the dress. I don't really care about like structure in my body as much as I do in the piece. I just want it to kind of like sit a certain way, and because I'm making a back that ties up, I want it to kind of just tug in a little. So that's why I just add a little bit of boning all the way around. So when I wear it, it'll just tug in a little bit, but nothing too intense because it's completely up to preference. Just like how I didn't make actual like cups in the corset, and that's because I'm very flat chested. I don't need a cup. Actually, if I try to make a cup, unless it is very, very small, it just ends up looking ridiculous. I now pinned the pattern to the outside fabric and am going to cut it out. I have all the lining pieces, or the backing pieces. These will go on the back of these pieces. I don't think anyone's gonna see them, and if they do, they're cute and pink, so who cares? But I'm gonna make these first because the way that it's gonna go is I'm gonna sandwich them. So I'm going to put 2 of these layers together, sew on top, sew on bottom. And in that bottom layer, these will be sewn in between, so it's really clean finish. Iron it really, really hard. It'll look great, but, or at least I'm hoping. I just trust the process most of the time, to be honest. But we will do that, and then after that's done, we'll fold it inside out and we'll hopefully have the piece. So we're gonna make these petal things first. So let's start with giving them a really good press. We're at least working with smooth pieces. And then I'm going to be sewing right sides together, folding inside out, and then the front, that, back, yeah. Okay, I finished making all of these petals. Okay, I'm actually making the sleeves next. I zigzag stitched all the edges. And I'm just going to fold this over so there's a track for the elastic. Sew it down and then I'll show you. Okay, I have sewn together all the pieces of this top. Oh, that's the inside, and it fits really well. It actually kind of looks cute with this dress, not gonna lie. Let's flip it inside out now. Finish off the edges a little bit more, but ready? Like I need like a sound effect. I pressed it. It is looking pretty good, but I do want to actually add a top stitch. I also have a little friend helping me. Top stitching really adds just that little bit of like shape and such to it that I need. And now I'm going to finish off these 2 sides. Alright, both sides are closed up. I'm going to add grommets now. Okay, now I'm going to do some hand sewing finishing. I made the little modesty panel thing. This will be sewn in right under here, so when it's closed up you can't see my back basically. Alright, I'm about to try this on. Here's the little puffy sleeves and the back. I just did a little whipping stitch to hold this in place. Okay, here it is. So I also made it so it's good for off the shoulder. I'm gonna make actual wings, hopefully in another video soon, that'll tuck into the back so I don't have to use straps here. It does remind me of the top of strawberry, I love it. Oh yeah, here's the back lacing. I gotta put on this panel right next to my wear it, but so much for watching.